Alex Bowman quiets recent silly season news, several Xfinity teams sign new drivers, and the charter agreement could be signed by the end of this week. How's it going, y'all? My name is Eric. Welcome to Out of the Groove. So much news to get to, including a big rumor that has broken the internet the past 24 hours or so. But first, Hutch Games, developers of NASCAR Manager, want you to know that Richard Childress Racing drivers Kyle Busch and Austin Dillon are now in the game. Just realized a race is actually happening. I should probably be paying attention to what's going on. Okay, pit for fuel. You can now unlock Austin Dillon and Kyle Busch and add them to your team. Download NASCAR Manager for free, build your dream team, and put your race strategy skills to the ultimate test. You can also find the download link down in the description below. We'll break down the latest silly season news and rumors in just a moment, but first, Adam Stern for Sports Business Journal reports that a new charter agreement could get signed this week. Link to the full article is in the description below. Stern writes, NASCAR hopes to reach an agreement on a new governing charter system with its Premier Series teams this week to avoid having talks spill over into the playoffs. According to Stern, there are still three major hangups. First, the teams want a say over costly rule changes. Second, the teams are worried about how a new agreement would impact their relationships with drivers. They want to protect their IP. And third, the latest charter proposal would limit what the teams are allowed to say. You may have seen the photos circulating online of 23XI's Curtis Polk wearing a shirt with a piece of paper taped to it that read, "Please don't ask me about my charter. I don't want to disparage NASCAR and lose it." On his podcast, Actions Detrimental, 23XI co-owner Denny Hamlin appeared to confirm that NASCAR did include something in their latest charter proposal that would discourage teams from speaking negatively about the sanctioning body. There was another line in this Sports Business Journal report that I thought was extremely interesting. Adam Stern writes, "It's also unclear whether all teams will ultimately stick together and sign at the same time, or whether some could hold out and try to negotiate for better terms, a scenario that some in the sport are leery of." Yeah, 23XI all along has been the most outspoken critic of these negotiations. I could see them not rushing to sign whatever's on their desk currently, but man, it's disappointing that the teams aren't able to stick together. I get why they're not. They're all so different. I mean, Hendrick Motorsports' business looks nothing like JTG Doherty. 23XI Racing looks nothing like Richard Childress Racing. Budgets are different. Size, scales are different. Operations are different. Every team has different wants, different needs. No two teams are exactly alike. So I get why they're not perfectly unified, but NASCAR has been able to pounce on that. NASCAR is using their division against them to try and retain as much power as they possibly can. The France family has run NASCAR since the beginning, 76 years ago, and Jim is looking to keep things that way. So there's the latest. I'm skeptical that a deal will get done in the next 2 to 3 days, but hey, anything's possible. Maybe some teams will sign, others will hold out. We'll have to wait and see, but that's the latest. Check out Adam Stern's full article for even more information. Now, let's talk driver moves. Yesterday, it was confirmed Brandon Jones will return to Joe Gibbs Racing's Xfinity Series team, and the crowd went mild. Look, Brandon Jones brings money. That money has not equaled success at Junior Motorsports. In fact, Brandon Jones missed the playoffs last season, is on track to miss the playoffs this season. He hasn't won an Xfinity race since he last drove for Joe Gibbs Racing back in 2022. So I get why he would want to return. With all due respect to Brandon Jones, my reaction to this news is, I mean, this is how you get a top Xfinity Series ride. Not saying Brandon Jones doesn't have some talent, but guys like Brandon Jones bouncing from team to team with the same sponsors, Sheldon Creed bouncing from team to team, Sammy Smith, Riley Herbst in the past. I mean, again, not saying these guys don't have talent, but there's a reason they keep getting top Xfinity Series rides. You got to bring money. Brandon Jones does that. I don't blame Joe Gibbs for signing the deal, but pardon me if I'm not ecstatic or super excited about something that we've already seen before. We know what Brandon Jones at Joe Gibbs Racing looks like. He's fine. That's it. Another recent Xfinity announcement that I am interested in is Christian Eckes to Colleague Racing. I am excited about this move. Eckes has been very good in trucks since joining McAnally Hilgeman Racing. 4 wins last season, 3 wins this season. He's a legitimate championship contender. Colleague's Xfinity program has not been sharp this year. SVG is carrying with those 3 road course wins. Next season, Josh Williams will stick around in the number 11. This year has been a disappointment. Daniel Dye will drive the 10. Really don't know what to expect over there. AJ Allmendinger is returning to Cup full-time. SVG is headed to Trackhouse full-time. So there is no veteran, no road course ringer to anchor this Xfinity Series team. Williams, Dye, Eckes. A lot of unknowns there. I'm excited that Christian Eckes is moving up to the Xfinity Series. I hope Colleague Racing is the right fit. I know I'm a couple days late on that news, but it ties in nicely now with the Brandon Jones announcement, and it also ties into recent rumors surrounding Alex Bowman. NASCAR social media was on fire overnight after Brett Griffin on the Door Bumper Clear podcast made this comment about Alex Bowman. Griffin said, quote, "Bowman may be out of more than just the playoffs if he's out in the first round." And his co-host and fellow spotter Freddie Kraft then chimed in with this, quote, "There's a reason they haven't announced any drivers in certain cars." The timing of this rumor combined with Corey LaJoie's top 10 at Darlington, the letter, it must have worked. No, in all seriousness, I thought the Chicago street race win was supposed to silence the mob. Outside of maybe Bubba Wallace, I don't think I've ever seen NASCAR fans so desperate to remove a driver from their current ride. I guess that's the Hendrick Motorsports effect. With great equipment comes great expectations. And let's be honest, statistically speaking, Alex Bowman has been the 4th driver at Hendrick Motorsports for now going on 3 years. Now, a little inside baseball. This is actually my 2nd time recording this segment today. If you're one of the select few to watch my initial upload from earlier this morning, I posted that video and then, I kid you not, like a minute later, Alex Bowman was quoted dispelling these rumors. But in that video, I not only cited the Door Bumper Clear quote I just read to you, but also what Bob Pockris wrote for Fox Sports this summer. This is what Bob had written. Bowman's win on July 7th on the Chicago street course did, at least temporarily, quell much of the speculation that he could be out of this ride. Even with that win, it seems he can't afford many hiccups. Ooh, that report combined with the DBC rumors had me wondering if there was a real possibility Bowman could be out of the 48 if he struggles in these playoffs, first round flame out. But now we know, straight from Alex Bowman, those rumors are untrue. Here's some of what Alex Bowman told reporters this afternoon. Quote, "That rumor has been annoying. Obviously, my contract is through 26. All I can tell you is what my bosses have told me, and that's that there's no plans to change anything. Rumors are just rumors." He directly addressed the DBC rumor that he needs to do well in the playoffs to keep his ride. Bowman said, quote, "There's no, you need to do this to keep your job. It's absolutely not. Everything is fine." So, okay, it sounds like Alex Bowman will be back in the 48, at least for next year. Multi-year deals in NASCAR don't mean a whole lot. So let's talk about 2025 for now. 2026, that's a ways off. A lot can change. As I said in my first draft today, I do think Ally really likes Alex Bowman. That's very clear. They've made that clear in the past. But I think they have a deeper relationship with Hendrick Motorsports. I pointed out the B2B deal they have with Hendrick Cars. They've appeared on Raja Karuth's HendrickCars.com truck. And I even point out that in the TV commercials, that's Dale Earnhardt Jr. doing the voiceover, not Alex Bowman. So a lot of people point to Ally's commitment to Alex Bowman. They obviously like him, but their commitment to Hendrick Motorsports is deeper. So a couple years down the line, maybe a couple months down the line, whenever these rumors pop up again, I think it's important to remember that. When Alex Bowman signed his extension with Hendrick, it went through 2026. Ally signed an extension at the exact same time that goes through 2028. So Ally likes Alex Bowman, but let's not kid ourselves. They love Hendrick Motorsports. But I'm glad to hear Alex Bowman expects to be back next season. As I said in my video, my first draft earlier this morning, I don't think there's a clear upgrade on the market. Sure, if Kyle Busch is truly available, which I don't think he is, then maybe you put Kyle Busch in the 48 over Alex Bowman. Yeah, I might make that swap. But we talked about other candidates like Justin Allgaier in Xfinity. would you take Bowman or Allgaier? Allgaier did a good job subbing for Kyle Larson at Charlotte, but he's 38 years old. He's an Xfinity regular, and Alex Bowman has next-gen experience, and when he's been healthy, has qualified for the playoffs. So I would pick Bowman over Allgaier. Who else does JRM have in Xfinity? Sammy Smith, I guess, for now. Yeah, I would take Bowman over Sammy Smith in a heartbeat. I know Sammy Smith might bring some funding, but if Allies signed on, that doesn't matter. I'd take Bowman. Who else could be available? Corey LaJoie. To paraphrase Denny Hamlin recently, Corey LaJoie cannot get out of his own way. I would take Bowman. Bowman versus Zane Smith. That's a tough call. I like Zane Smith. I think he's a top prospect. But again, Bowman is a proven playoff driver. Same goes for Justin Haley. Rumors suggest he could be a candidate for that Spire number 7. I like Justin Haley a ton. But with Alex Bowman, I know what I'm getting. When healthy, he's capable of winning at least a race. He's capable of making the playoffs. It's hard for any team to let someone like that go, especially when the sponsor likes him. I'm glad Bowman, for the most part, shut down these rumors because I do think he's done enough to earn at least one more season in the 48. Sure, he is the 4th guy at Hendrick Motorsports. I think much of the criticism Alex Bowman faces is valid. But I also think some of the excuses that fans will make for him are also valid. You know, he has been injured. 2022, a concussion knocked him out of the playoffs early. 2023, a back injury forced him from the seat. Those are hard to recover from, lingering effects. And you know, historically speaking, Hendrick has often had kind of a 4th car that lags behind the others. I hate making too many excuses, but some of these excuses are valid. So the criticism is fair. Some of the excuses are fair. At the core of this, I think Alex Bowman is a good driver, future champion, but he's proven time and time again that when healthy, he can get you in the playoffs. That's not a given these days, as we've seen. I mean, only one RFK car made the playoffs. Only one Trackhouse car made the postseason this year. Only one Stewart-Haas car. Only one 2311 car made the playoffs. Making the playoffs isn't a given. Bowman gets you in when he is healthy. Look around, there's not a clear upgrade realistically available. So I was surprised by those rumors. If you watched my first draft, I'm glad to hear Alex Bowman dispel them, at least for the most part. The initial rumors suggested that if he does well in the playoffs, he has nothing to worry about. I don't think Alex Bowman will have any problem here in the first round. Atlanta is a good Hendrick Motorsports track. They've won 3 of the 5 races at the new reconfigured Atlanta. Watkins Glen, Bowman's a good road racer. He won at Chicago. Bristol, Bowman finished 4th there in the spring. I feel good about Alex Bowman in this first round. So I think he'll make a solid playoff run. He has nothing to worry about regarding his immediate future. Anyway, share your thoughts down in the comment section below. What did you make of the rumor first that set the internet on fire last night? What did you make of Alex Bowman's response? Which are you buying? Let me know in the comments below. Real quick, tonight I will be streaming live on my channel with the Iceberg, Danny B. Should be a good time. We'll break down all the latest NASCAR news, preview the playoffs, and much, much more. So hope to see you tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern time, right here on my channel. But that's going to do it for now. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more NASCAR content every single day. And a big thank you to my very generous Patreon supporters as well. I need to check how I'm doing on our fantasy league. I know I've struggled a couple weeks in a row. It's been too many overtimes, too much chaos, unpredictability. Burton winning Daytona, Briscoe winning Darlington. How was I supposed to predict that? Anyway, thank you all for the support. I will see you all tonight. If you're waiting for my full playoff round-by-round preview, that's coming tomorrow. Though if you tune in tonight, you might get a sneak preview. Have a wonderful rest of your day, folks. I'll talk to you again soon.